plans. So I meant to do this yesterday and we just got busy with things around the house, and it was a nice day, so we played out in the snow. And so anyways, I'm just getting to it today. And the reason why I am making this video now is because from yesterday, so March 6th through the end of the month, I am doing a meal planning challenge on my Instagram page. So if you don't follow me on there, it's Her Hearts at Home, and I will post a link or like the handle in the description here. So you can join me on there if you want to partake in it in real time. So in January, I did a Use What You Have challenge, and in March, I'm doing a meal planning challenge. And the idea is just to get everyone meal planning, because if you don't meal plan, you're probably less likely to cook at home, and therefore less likely to use what you have, more likely to spend more money. So I always meal plan, and I know that that can be very difficult for a lot of people. So we are going to do it together. So I am going to kind of just talk about what I do, how I meal plan, and meal planning for you might look different, and that is okay. Anyone can participate in any fashion in which they meal plan. So if you meal plan weekly like myself, or bi-weekly, or maybe you even do it monthly, however you choose to do it, it's okay. Maybe you shop the sales and meal plan around what's on sale, or you're like me and you buy in bulk and you stock up when things are just on sale, and then you shop your pantry first and you meal plan around your pantry, your freezer, your refrigerator, and then fill in what you need to at other stores. So that's a little bit of how I meal plan. I am going to walk you through the process. I'm going to take you out to my chest freezer, because that is where the bulk of our food for meals is stored. Our inside freezer is mostly just like ice cream treats or a ton of frozen fruit. We eat a lot of smoothies around here, and then of course frozen breakfast items like leftover waffles I've frozen, or breakfast sandwiches, things like that. So my inside freezer, the one that's behind me on the bottom of the fridge, that's what that is. So I keep the bulk of my food in my chest freezer. So I do a lot of bulk shopping. I do Costco and I do Azure Standard, and I will post a link to Azure Standard in the description as well. And if you use that link, our family gets a credit for our next purchase, which is a huge blessing because food is so expensive, especially nowadays. So if you choose to use that, know that it blesses my family. It doesn't cost you anything extra. So if you use that link to sign up for Azure, after you spend $100, then we get a credit of $25. So I buy in bulk. I pick up things when they're on sale, and then I meal plan around what's in my chest freezer, what produce I picked up that week, what's in my pantry. That's part of like my Azure haul. So I shop my house first, and then I make a plan. So we're gonna go out to my freezer. I'm gonna show you what I do. I'm hoping the lighting will be okay. Okay, so I'm out of my freezer, out of my garage in my freezer, and I brought out a notebook and a pen so I can start writing down things as they come to me for meal planning. So my chest freezer is incredibly full. Let's see if I can show you a little closer. So it's really, really full because we recently did a Costco haul with a rebate that I had, so it filled up my freezer. So what I'll do is I'll just start going through here, and I have gloves on because it's cold. And as I find things that I know I want to use in my meals, I will write it down. So for sure, I know we need to make tostadas this week because my daughter has been begging for tostadas, and I know I have refried beans in here as well as some cooked chicken. So I will write tostadas, and then I will take the things that are in my freezer that I know I need for the week, and I will put them into a cooler. And okay, so I will take them and I will put them in my little cooler, and it's just like a little igloo cooler, and I will do that so that way the things are at the top of the freezer, because the downside to chest freezers, although they seem to fit more than uprights, is things get down to the bottom and then they're really difficult to find. So I am just going to do that. I'm going to put the camera on like a fast forward so you guys can kind of see the process without having to wait for me to do it all. Once I finish this, then I'll show you what I do next. I have gone through and I have made my list of everything that I am going to make. I've got it written here. So now I put everything back that I know I don't need for the week, and I will put back everything that I will need at the top of the freezer to make it easier for when I need it. Okay, so I am back in from digging through my freezer, and I came up with my meals. So last night we had pasta with like a chicken parmesan, so I'm actually going to plan next Sundays with this. And I think I'm going to try to keep it that way. For one, that is how my menu meal plan thing is listed, Sunday on the bottom, which kind of drives me crazy. But I'm going to change it up a little, I think, and do it that way. So I actually planned 7 meals then, one for today and then the rest of the week. And what I came up with based on what was in my freezer as well as what I already knew was in my pantry, if I didn't know what was in there, then of course I'd want to inventory that as well, go through, kind of decide. But so I just kind of quickly wrote down all the meals, and we're going to do tostadas one day, waffles with fruit, because I know we have a ton of fresh berries from Costco that I want to make sure all get used up. So we'll do waffles with fresh whipped cream and berries. Chicken noodle soup. I knew I needed one crock pot meal for the week because Thursday I will be gone most of the day and my husband will need to feed my daughter before play practice before I get home, and so crock pot is the way to go. Typically during the week I need more than that, but we're on spring break for our homeschool co-op and dance, so I'm home a little more. Enchiladas, because I know I had gotten a ton of tortilla shells from Azure, and I made refried beans 2 weeks ago in a very large batch, and so I have 2 containers which we will use this week for the tostadas and the enchiladas. So that's a tip too, is make things in bulk. So when I was making a slow cooker of refried beans, they're not actually refried, but which that video is also on my channel here. Make it in bulk and then freeze it or can it if you're a canner. That's not something I've tried yet, but maybe someday. So enchiladas, fried rice with chicken, and I think I'm going to make it sweet and sour chicken, and then pizzas and chow mein. So again, these are based on things that I know I have. So I will need to buy very minimal from the store. I actually was going to do the fried rice today, but I realized that my sesame oil is no longer good. So tomorrow I'm going to go grocery shopping for the few things I do need, so I'll pick up a sesame oil and we'll do that tomorrow instead. So then once I have my list of things, of the meals, then I will put them on days based on what I know is going on in that day and what I have time for. So for example, if I was making something with homemade bread, so the pizzas, for example, I make the crust from scratch. I know that I'm going to need at least a good 2 hours set aside to make the dough. So Saturdays are great. We're home all day. And I might actually pull both bread machines out and attempt to make extra pizzas to put into the freezer for future meals that are even faster. So basically like homemade frozen pizza that you would find at the store, but homemade. So what I did then is, so I assigned the waffles for today because I know I have everything for that. My daughter has play practice, so I can feed her, leave the batter in the bowl, and when I get home I can make the rest for everybody else. And then tomorrow we'll do the fried rice, and Wednesday we'll do tostadas. Thursday is the chicken noodle soup because again I'll be gone all day. Friday I'm going to do the enchiladas because that takes a little more time because they need to go into the oven. So another day that I'll be around. And then Saturday pizza, and then Sunday I will do the chow mein. So that is how I meal plan. I use what I have. I shop my pantry. I shop my freezer. I shop my refrigerator. So that's how I do it. I find that's easiest because then I always have a stash of things on hand that I can use. And with the economy the way it is really nice to bulk buy because I'm paying cheaper for it now. Sorry, I have a blind dog, and when I take out my stand, she runs into it. I'm paying a lot less for things now than I'm probably going to in even just a few months. So keeping a really full stocked pantry is great for meal planning, for meal prepping, just being prepared. You just don't know what could come. We have experienced times in our life where food was hard to come by. We didn't have the money for it. So now that we are blessed to be able to keep a stock of food, although we are not living crazy by any means, but we are able to at least keep a pantry full of food to just keep my family fed. So in the month of January, I did a challenge, and I bought very, very minimal at the grocery store, and we used through a lot in our pantry, and I was able to see just how much I could cook out of my pantry. So that is always a goal of mine, is to keep my pantry well stocked. So that's my meal planning, and I hope that you will join me on Instagram so you can do the meal planning challenge. I'm actually giving away a couple Starbucks gift cards to people who participate. So if you're on Instagram, go over there, follow me, Her Heart's at Home, and I'm going to share this to YouTube and Instagram. So if you're catching this and you're already following me, make sure you participate. If you're catching this and you're not following me, go ahead and join me and share with your friends, and let's meal plan together. Bye.